Titan is a 208-page space adventure by François Vigneault. Titan follows João da Silva, a manager for what I would personally describe as an intergalactic space mining company. The story first begins when he arrives at Homestead Station, a colony on Titan, one of Saturn's moons. I want to state clearly that this is an adult graphic novel with content that may not be suitable for everyone and everything like that, so viewer discretion is advised for this book and by extension this video. I'm going to be diving into spoilers, but going to try to keep it pretty light and then also give my thoughts and feelings for the book. Alright, let's get started. João's mission is to improve the station's production before it could potentially be decommissioned entirely. The residents of Titan consist of two kind of castes, the more militaristic and managerial Earthlings called Terrans, and the working class of native Titans often called just the Giants. The Titans themselves are genetically engineered people created specifically for low gravity life among the stars. Although not exclusive to Titan, there's a sense that everyone on Titan is from there, as opposed to being transferred from the moon or other planetary bodies. But both the managers and the Titans themselves are firmly divided in their roles, and this creates a literal physical class divide between the haves and have-nots within the station. The loss of productivity and prominent hostilities has only escalated between the giant Titan workers and the almost alien Earthling management. João works with one of the Giants, a woman named Phoebe McIntosh, to try shifting away and out of the conflict. Phoebe is an ex-pro fighter, popular among the Giants, and a prominent member of the Titans Workers Union. Their efforts ultimately fall flat, though, with both João and Phoebe finding themselves caught in the conflict between management and the Titans. I won't spoil the ending of Titan, since I think that would detract from potential first-time readers' experience with the book. I will say that Vigneault really hammers home the concepts of class division, capitalism, and your ability or lack of ability to empathize and comprehend the experiences of your fellow man. One other topic of note for the plot of Titan is its more adult content. There is explicit content in the book, which I obviously am not going to show in this video, but it is worth noting. I've watched a few interviews with the author regarding Titan while creating this video. I don't typically like to do that since I don't want to sway my own opinion, but I also wanted to make sure that I pronounced both Vigneault and João's names correctly. I'm still not confident I'm doing that, and I apologize if they're pronounced wrong. Anyways, Vigneault calls João and Phoebe's relationship a romance. To be completely frank though, I didn't really like this element of the book, but a large portion of that is the fact that João is married and so actively cheating on his wife with Phoebe. If you've seen my review of Bingo Love, adultery is one way to easily perturb me. I really don't like it. It's a big ick for me, and I like to think a lot of people. Because of that, I wanted to make sure to mention this aspect of the book, but will note that something that really bothers me and takes me out of the story may be a fine element for you. You might read it as a romance. I think it's definitely intended to be a romance. I could not get myself to enjoy that particular aspect of the book, but that doesn't mean that you would not. The art of Titan grew on me as I read the book. It's got a simplistic style that's easy to follow along with and kind of a really cool hand-drawn, almost like grungy vibe. It reminds me a lot of zines, like modern indie or alternative aesthetics, which I think is pretty befitting of the story. The limited palette of the book definitely furthers this visual aesthetic, generally creating a pretty strong visual identity. As far as the futuristic or sci-fi elements go, a few characters make a point to highlight just how old school and behind the times the tech on Titan is. Because of that, there's almost a post-future vibe to the backdrop of the story. Like, not post-apocalyptic since it's clearly still inhabited, but the structure itself has been outlived by its inhabitants. This is entirely random, but a creator here on YouTube called Wendigoon has a lore video on Lethal Company in which they really artfully describe the game's post-human and post-future worlds that I think can effectively describe kind of how I found the setting of Home Station in Titan to be. Side note, I've never played Lethal Company, but I love watching videos like that when I'm at my IRL job. Anyways, back to Titan. The division of lifestyles for the manager and administrative roles versus those of the Giants is just another way to demonstrate the strain that society has created for the Giants. It's kind of like reminding them that they're living relics of the past, just like the facility they occupy, a piece of technology long outliving its usefulness to their Terran leaders. creators. Although they were created to exist in space, their creation was an extension of Earth's reach into the cosmos. They were meant to be tools, not people, and that's one of the most pressing questions of the book, asking the reader if they would view the Titans as human, even while many of the manager class clearly do not. Overall, I thought Titan was a neat, well-focused sci-fi story. It doesn't go in-depth with its science, but does display staples of the genre. The twists were interesting enough, and although I personally felt like this story was at times maybe a little flat, it has a lot to say and very clear intended ideas and messages behind it. It was a bit slow to get my interest, but I stayed for the whole story and found it engaging by the end. And that's really all I have to say about Titan, so thanks for checking out the video. Have you heard of this book or read it? I'd love to hear other people's thoughts. I'll link to the book itself as well as the creator's website or YouTube channel because they have a YouTube channel. But anyways, thanks for checking out the video. Have a good night, YouTube. Bye.